Hello English learners. Today I'm going to talk about another kind of irregular plural noun, and that is the foreign plural. Those are words that are borrowed into English from nearly every language with which it has come into contact, and particularly for nouns from Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and French. Words like fungus, or cactus, or thesis, or criteria. And these words come from Latin and Greek, respectively. But don't need to learn these languages in order to speak English. No, not at all. Many nouns, particularly ones from Latin, have retained their original plurals for some time after they are introduced. Other nouns have lost their language-specific plurals, taking on the normal s ending. In some cases, both forms are still competing. Say a word fungus comes from Latin. Informally, you make a plural, just tack an es onto the end. Funguses. Like that. But if you see in a scientific context, then biologists would probably say fungi, if they were talking about them. Just like it's okay in informal speech to talk about funguses. But fungi is more formal. Let's look at another Latin word, cactus. Informally, you make a plural, just tack an es onto the end. Cactuses. Like that. But, again, if you studied cactuses for a living, you would probably call them cacti. It's more precise, it's more formal. If you like, it's more polite. Now, my feeling is that as fungus and cactus get more and more entrenched into English, eventually these formal endings are going to fall away and we're just gonna have this regular plural. But for now there are still some pluralizing rules for other languages that it helps to know. So let's go investigate. So I have a little chart to go over the most common Latin and Greek irregular plurals that you're going to encounter in English. So first one, you take a Latin word like index or matrix. The plural of that is not indexes or matrices, but matrices or indices. So it's final ix to ices. Indexes is, again, the informal regular plural, but indices is the more formal irregular plural. Likewise, matrices. Again, we take a Latin word like datum, which is a single unit of data. So the plural of data, you wouldn't say the datas. That is not accepted regular plural. Not in a formal way, anyway. So it's final atum. Next, we have Latin words like lava, antennae. So you take a word like lava in the singular, which is like a little baby bug, like an ant larva, or a caterpillar larva. And the traditional irregular plural, the Latin plural of that, is larvae. But the regular plural that will probably get more popular over time is larvas. But this is the first one, atu, lava, to larvae. Just like antenna, become antennae. Next, we have words like fungus and cactus, whose ending change from final, us to final, I, which we find in a word like fungus, is the singular, and then the irregular plural of that is fungi. And, as I said before, there are some people who use funguses. But again, that regular plural is more informal. Now we take Greek words. Let's say a word thesis. It's the change from final, is to final, es, as in the word thesis. In the singular becoming theses. In the irregular plural. The regular plural of this is thesises, and I think that sounds silly. But thinking something is silly is no reason to stand. This last one is also Greek, and it's the change from singular, on to plural, a, or phenomenon. And in the plural it is criteria, or phenomena. And as with datum, there isn't really a regular plural form for criteria. Nobody says criterions, because the word criteria is so much better known. But, for real, if you see a word and you don't know its derivation, just trust your instincts and give it a regular plural. Just tack on an s. You know, the world's not gonna end, not harm will come to you. And if you're curious, you can look it up later. That's it. But you don't stop here. You subscribe this channel for more videos. I'll meet you again with a new lesson. Bye for now.